Welcome to the Visa Mo, Sagot Ko, ang kauna-unahang lingguhang talakayan ng mga bagong balita at batas ukol sa Australian Migration Law and Process. Tuwing Miyerkules 6 to 6:30 ng gabi mula sa AUSPAC VISA. AUSPAC VISA is a trusted Australian migration agency for Filipinos all over the world. AUSPAC VISA is the home for all Filipino professionals, skilled workers, partners, families, students, graduates, and trainees who want to visit, live, work, and permanently stay in Australia. Makipanayam dito sa Visa Mo, Sagot Ko, ang kalahating oras na talakayan ng mga balita, batas, proseso, at mga isyung tungkol sa pag-a-apply ng Australian visa. Kasama niyo po si Teresa Cardona, Director, Lawyer at Registered Migration Agent mula sa AUSPAC VISA sa Brisbane, Australia. Paalala lang po na ang mga talakayan at mga impormasyong mababanggit sa programang ito ay sa pawang mga impormasyon lamang at hindi payong legal at hindi rin at walang kinalaman sa mga personal at natatanging sitwasyon ng mga nanonood at nakikinig. Ang Australian Immigration Law ay madalas na nagbabago kung kaya't makabubuti na ugaliing magsayasat at humingi ng payong akma sa inyong pansariling pangangailangan. At ngayon, live mula sa Brisbane, Australia, ang inyong host at tagapagtalakay ng mga balita, issue, batas at proseso na nauukol sa Australian Migration and Visa Application, Teresa Cardona, Director, Lawyer, and Registered Migration Agent from AUSPAC VISA.
Hello, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Narito po muli tayo, Visa Mo, Sagot Ko, mula po sa AUSPAC VISA. Teresa Cardona po, mula po dito sa Brisbane. Ako po ay lawyer at RMA o Registered Migration Agent. So ngayon, talakayan ulit tayo tungkol sa Australian visa. Very interesting din ulit ang topic natin ngayon kasi maraming naghahanap ng trabaho. Especially now na tinamaan tayo ng COVID, pero we're getting back to normal situation, hopefully sooner than later. Yung mga nawalan ng trabaho, naghahanap ng mas magandang kapalaran sa Australia. I think this is the right time to actually look at Australia as a place for you to work and be able to get a better life, no? Okay, so magandang gabi po. Nako, ano ba 'yan? Nabubulol ako. Pasensya na po. Medyo pagod sa araw na ito. Okay, sa mga audience natin, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Narito ang mga suki, Andyan si Giselle from Giselle Valentin. Yes. Taga saan ka, Giselle? Magandang gabi sa iyo. Steve Boy Acacio, ayan, sa Davao City. Kamusta kayo sa mga Davao? May mga kaganapan dyan, ha? And then Ruth Ranices mula sa Siquijor, Philippines. Mukhang si Ruth, ano din natin ito, no? Oo, suki din natin to. Laging nandito sa atin. At maraming salamat sa magagandang malulusog na heart mula kay Noriel Olagar. And yes, andito si Marisa Del Rosario ulit. Mukhang perfect attendance si Marisa. Santa Mesa, Manila. Ayan. So, nung ako po ay professor sa UST, lagi ako nag-check ng attendance ng mga estudyante ko. Actually, sa UST po kasi merong failure due to absences, no? Ewan ko, sa kasamang palad, I think may mga nabagsak akong estudyante because of failure due to absences. Pero hindi na siguro ngayon, hindi na masyadong importante ngayon yun. Basta natututo ang mga estudyante, ay ayos na rin po yan at meron silang mga sari-sariling personal experiences. Okay, anyway. So, ang topic po natin ngayon ay work visa to permanent residency. So, specifically, ang ating tatalakayin dito ay yung mga visa na ini-sponsor ng mga employer. Specifically, subclass 482, work visa. Ito po yung dating 457. Ngayon po ang tawag ay 482 TSS. And then, nandyan din po yung 494. And of course, nandyan din yung 186. So, mamaya ay magkakaroon niya ng kaliwanagan para dun sa ibang gustong malaman kung ano-ano ito. Kung meron po kayong tanong ulit, mas mabuti pong maagang mailagay nyo dyan kasi baka hindi na naman tayo abutan ng oras. Okay, so umpisahan natin. Hello, Remy Herminigildo. Ako, ang haba ng apelido ni Remy. Pilipinong-Pilipino yung apelido niya. Magandang gabi sa'yo, Remy. Okay, so now, ano ba ang mga bago ngayon sa Australian visa? So, unang-una pong balita, kung natatandaan nyo, nung nakaraan pa, kahit nung last year pa, naibalita na namin yung magkakaroon ng pagbabago sa partner visa. Pero laging balita to the point na natatakot na yung iba na mag-apply na tayo. And in fact, that's part of the news that we always bring to you na baka magkaroon ng pagbabago ay para hindi kayo tamaan, mag-lodge na kayo ng application nyo. So dahil merong maintenance ang immigration platform, yung Immiaccount, on the 13th of November, marami na naman yung nagpanic na sabi nila, naku, ayan na, nag-update na ang immigration. Ibig sabihin, ipapasok na yung changes about family violence procedures kung saan magkakaroon ng splitting ng application, no? Magiging sponsor muna and then application para sa mga partner visa. Now, dahil po sa kaganapang yan, nagkakaroon ng mga confusion, so nilinaw na po ng Home Affairs that there will be no changes on November 13. So yun po ay normal maintenance ng Immiaccount. So yung family violence procedure o provision is not yet in place and will not be implemented as of yet. So there will be no changes to partner visa sponsorship arrangement as of now. Okay? So wala pong ganyang mangyayari. And then, ano pa ikalawa nating balita? Okay, so ikalawang balita po, marami pong nalilito. Sino ba ang migration agent? Sino ba ang education agent? Sino ba abogado? Sino ba yung mga consultant? Okay? Because we are dealing with Australian visa, specifically Migration Act and Migration Regulations. So just be very careful po dun sa mga taong kadil nyo, no? If you're dealing with anyone talking about Australian visa or Australian work visa o kaya Australian student visa, all the things that would require visa coming to Australia, tatanungin niyo po yung license number. Importante po yan. Kung sila po ay registered, no? So, para sa mga lawyers, magkakaroon ng changes ang mga lawyers. They will soon have their own number. Okay? Yung LPN, which will be, of course, displayed when they are giving migration assistance. So, legal practitioner number, so that will come out. Wala pa po ngayon, but it will come out. And then, para naman po sa mga migration agents, so makikita nyo, meron po silang MARN, Migration Agent Registration Number. Okay? So, pagka wala pong Migration Agent Registration Number, ibig sabihin po, hindi yan legitimate, no? Hindi yan legit. So, tatanungin nyo. And also, yung MARN na yon, indication yon kung gaano nakatagal nagpa-practice yung migration agent. Now, like me, for example, ang migration agent registration number ko is 0640100. Ang ibig sabihin po noon ay migration agent ako since 2006. Kaya nag-uumpisa ng 06, no? Pero pag may nakita kayong 20-00111, ibig sabihin po, naging registered migration agent siya last year. Okay? So, meron pong striktong pamamaraan para maging registered migration agent. You will have to study the postgraduate degree on migration law. Now, yung isa po, QEAC. QEAC. Ito po ang number ng mga education agents. O ito yung abbreviation para sa mga Qualified Education Agent Counselor. Okay? So, yung mga kumukuha po ng mga student visa, titingnan nyo po kung qualified yung kinukuha nyong tao. Kasi pag hindi po sila qualified, you are not covered by any protection at all. No? So, iiyak na lang kayo kapag kayo ay naloko. And then, third po, yung mga consultant. Okay, itong mga consultant ito generic, no? Parang kahit na sinong pwedeng mag-advise, consultant na. Ingat po kayo. Pag consultant lang ang tawag sa kanila, wala pong ganyang practice dito. Wala pong number yan, walang registration, walang kahit na ano yan. Maaaring nakabasa lang po ng mga information sa website yan, o kaya ay naturuan, o kaya interesado, ayan na po siya, consultant na po. Just make sure na you're dealing with registered or licensed people, yung mga professional po, so that you can get the protection that you deserve, especially if you are paying an amount of money. Okay? So, yep. Okay, so third news natin, meron na po ba kayong Vaccine International Certificate? So, sino-sino na yung mga vaccinated dyan o yung nandito sa Australia? Ayan. So, pag kayo po ay holder, kung kayo nasa Australia at kayo ay holder ng Vaccine International Certificate, you will be free to go in and out or to travel. No? So, pwede pong kunin yung Vaccine International Certificate nung kayo po ay vinaccine. Ano? So, kung kayo ay nag-request na agad-agad ng certificate. O di kaya naman po, yung kung meron kayong account sa mygov.au, pwede rin po niyong makuha yun doon. You can make a request, o kaya naman yung iba naman ay readily available na. Para dun sa mga iba, like for example, yung mga naka-student visa, pwede rin yung pong kontakin ng Australian Immunization Register to request for your Vaccine International Certificate. Okay, so malapit na kasi tayong magbukas ng borders natin. No? So, at baka gusto nyong bumisita man lang sa inyong pamilya overseas, then it's very important that you have to make sure that you have that certificate. Okay, so puntahan natin ang mga work visa. Okay, umpisa natin sa 482. Okay, pero bago ito, tingnan natin kung may mga tanong na, no? Right, so marami na nga tanong. Si Giselle Valentin, sabi niya, I'm in Eleanora, Gold Coast. Inaabangan ko po palagi ang visa mo. Sagot ko, ay salamat. Thank you, Ma'am Teresa. Big help po ang mga advices niyo. God bless po. Maraming salamat, Giselle. Pakisabi sa iba na makinig sa amin sa every Wednesday. Total 30 minutes lang naman. Salamat. Remy, sabi ni Remy, if a family member who has their own small business, can they sponsor a family member as part of working in the business? Well, that used to be a practice before. It was lenient, maybe 10 years ago. Now it's possible, but you have to make sure that everything is covered in business, that you're not getting your relative or a family member for the purposes of just giving a visa. So first thing, ano yung business? Established business ba ito? Is it conforming and meeting all the requirements of the Australian visa, especially if it is a 482 or whatever? Pwede pa rin yan. Kaya lang, it is heavily scrutinized by the immigration. Okay? So, pero if it is a genuine need, genuine business, and meeting all the requirements, there shouldn't be any reason for the immigration not to grant the visa. Okay, so Rose Lopez, hello from Australia. Hi, Rose. Kaiselin Sevial, hello po, ma'am. Sa 482 visa po ba, need po ba talaga ng 3,950 hours needed or 2 years full-time experience para makapag-apply? Or it will still depend on the company's requirement or immigration requirements? Thanks po. Maganda yung tanong ni Kaiselin. Actually, yun yung topic natin, no? Really, para dito. Habulin ko yung tanong mo na yan, Kaiselin, sa pagpapaliwanag, ha? Para medyo structure yung ating explanation. Okay, so, tingnan ko muna, no? Yung tanong ni Kaiselin kanina, 482 ito. Now, with 482, you have to remember that 482 has 3 different streams, ha? So, there's a short-term stream, and there's also a medium-term stream, and there is also, teka, nawawala yung aking ano. Meron pa tayong isa, yung LA, labor agreement. But I think it's not here. Anyway, so tatlo yan ha. Short term, and then medium term, and then labor agreement. Okay, that's very important. Now, with 482 short-term stream, that's short-term. Okay, so ibig sabihin, short-term yan, merong sariling listahan, at selected din yung mga occupations dyan, no? Pero first and foremost, kaya tinawag na short-term dahil medyo maikli yung duration ng visa. And karamihan dito sa short-term hindi bumabagsak sa permanent resident. Karamihan sa permanent residency. Yung isa naman na very popular yung medium-term stream, no? So ito yung usually 4 years working for your employer. Dun sa tanong kanina ni Kayceline, both the 482 short-term stream at saka itong medium-term stream, they do require 2 years work experience. Okay? So 2 years work experience yan, Kayceline. So, and full-time, ha? Hindi pwedeng part-time. So it has to be full-time work experience for 2 years ang requirement. Now, in some cases, pwedeng walang skills assessment. Depende dun sa nominated occupation. So, yung tanong mo kanina, is it a company requirement or not? It is not a company requirement, but it is an Australian visa requirement under 482. That's one of the criteria. Now, bakit nalilito? Bakit? Baka naman pwedeng hindi na 2 years or something. Nalilito kasi meron pang isang 482 visa, no? Yung tinatawag na DAMA. Right? Siguro nadidinig yan, no? DAMA, yung Designated Area Migration Agreements. So ngayon, yung tanong ni Kayceline kanina, yeah, posible kasi pagka sinabing DAMA, there is an existing arrangement between the immigration and the company to hire employees from overseas, no? So in that case, because there is an existing arrangement between the company and the department, merong mga concessions dyan. Okay? So what are those concessions usually? Usually, mababang English than the standard 482 requirements, o kaya naman mababang skill set, which could be, sa pagtatrabaho, but generally it's 2 years. And then, meron ding mababang sweldo. So, yun, depende yun dun sa agreement na tinatawag. But generally, it's 2 years. Depende na lang sa concession ng company. Kung nakakuha sila ng concession na pwede silang mag-recruit under 482 DAMA ng mga tao na ganoon, no? So, isa pa yung sinasabi ko kanina, there's another 482, yung labor agreements, no? Labor agreement is working similarly to the DAMA. Kasi meron din silang mga, not necessarily concessions, but there are agreements between the company and the immigration. Ang pagkakaiba ng mga labor agreements, marami dong mga occupations na hindi mo makikita dun sa regular MLT SSL. Yung regular na listahan. So ano yon, yung mga labor agreements na yon, no? Diyan pumapasok yung labor agreement meat industry, yung mga butchers. Ayan. So, and then yung mga nasa horticultural areas like yung mga farm workers, no? Yung mga veterinarians natin sa Philippines na pumupunta sila dun sa mga farm, nag-aalaga ng baboy, nagmamatch ng baboy or all different things sa farming. Others nandiyan din yung sa dairy sectors, yung mga cattle farm workers, yung mga nag-aalaga ng mga baka in the remote areas. Meron din sa fishing, yung mga ating mga mangingisda, fisherman, right? So yan, kasama yan. So sila nire-recruit sila galing sa Philippines and then o sa ibang bansa, like for example fisherman, marami rin galing sa Indonesia kasi, no? Nakakakuha sila ng labor agreement, and usually the 482 LA is for 4 years sa isang kontrata, o minsan naman 2 years. Yung ibang labor agreements, they can go to PR, yung 186. Yung iba namang labor agreements, they can't go to PR kasi yung arrangement sa immigration has no PR pathway. Like for example, yung mga fishermen, no? Kahit na 8 years na silang nagfi-fishing, paulit-ulit na 482 sila, hindi sila makapasok ng PR because it's not part of the agreement and it's not on the list. Okay? Meron din kasama dito sa mga labor agreements yung mga nasa fine dining, yung mga cooks, chef, mga waiters, mga ganyan, no? On the side of religion or church, yung mga religious workers, they can also get a labor agreement under 482 and in some cases, nakakapunta rin sa PR. Sa advertising sectors, no, yung mga advertising specialists, graphic designers, multimedia designers, web developers, yan. Nakakakuha rin sila ng labor agreements under 482. Okay? In some cases, pwede ka rin makadiretso sa 482 even without the labor agreements. Like, for example, nurses. Yan. O mga doctors. Oo, nakakadiretso rin sila sa 482. Now, what's good about the 482? What's good about the working visa? The good thing about that is you come to Australia with ready work. Kung ikaw ay galing sa Philippines, no? Trabaho ka agad. Wala kang problema na kagaya dun sa skilled migration, papasok sa Australia, tapos maghahanap pa lang ng trabaho. But this one is different. Parang mga OFWs, no? Pasok dito, and then may sweldo sila. Alam nila kung magkano sa sweldohin nila. And in some cases, it's pretty much set up for them. And then second, if the 482 has a PR pathway, papunta ng 186, either direct entry, labor agreement, o kaya yung TRT, pwede rin, nagkakaroon sila ng PR. No? Maraming ngayon na mga nasa student visa, they don't bother going to 482 anymore. Not the temporary visa, but they go straight to employer nomination visa under direct entry. So, pwede pa rin po iyan. Okay? And then, another option is 494. Kung ikaw ay nasa Australia and you're working in the regional area and you have 3 years work experience in your nominated occupation and you have an employer willing to sponsor you, certified by the regional body, then yeah, you can go under 494. That's a provisional visa. So if you have the visa, stayed in your job for 3 years, then you can jump to PR under subclass 191. Okay? So ganon. So again, meron ding streams yan, no? There are different streams for 494. Pwedeng employer-sponsored, labor agreement again, and then yung inyong mga pamilya, asawa or anak, pwede po silang makasama after na mag-grant yung visa nyo under the subsequent entrant. Nakagaya na nga ng nakabanggit dyan sa screen. Okay. So, kung merong tanong tungkol doon, you can ask them now. You can make comments. So, medyo iklian ko lang yung paliwanag ko ha. Kasi medyo masalimuot itong 482 but para sa amin na nakakaintindi, medyo madali. Kaya lang baka if I push more information, baka I might lose you in the process. So, mas magandang magtanong kayo so that it's more applicable and it's more relevant to whatever you are experiencing at the moment. Okay, I'll go to the questions now. Let's see. Yep. Okay, so Laila Pantaleon. Tama ba? Okay. Rose Lopez. Hello, ask ko po, paano mag-apply ng partner visa po? Dito po ako sa Australia as a tourist po. Rose, pwedeng mag-apply ng partner visa kung ikaw ay merong Australian citizen partner o PR partner at either kayo ay nagpakasal na or nagsasama kayo bilang mag-asawa. then basically you need the evidence to prove that the relationship is genuine and continuing, and that your visa allows you to make an application while in Australia. Okay? So first things first, kung ikaw ay naka-tourist visa, you have to check your tourist visa if there is an 8503 condition. Because 8503 condition prohibits you from making an application while on shore. But if you don't have that, you can apply for a partner visa provided that you meet the criteria that I've mentioned. So yung criteria na sinabi ko, pahapyaw lang yun, hindi yun yung kabuuan. Ano? But at least you have an idea. Now, if you want to proceed with partner visa, we're here. We can help you. Just contact us. You can also book for an appointment so I can explain to you more in detail and then step by step. And if you want to do it yourself, that's okay. Or if you feel like that you're short of the ability to actually put everything together, we are here. Now you can get us to help you with all those things. Okay. What else? Laila Pantaleon. Ang tanong ni Laila, Ma'am, kung ang parent ay nasa immediate family, kailan po sila pwedeng makapag-sponsor ng anak? Okay. I'm not so sure kasi bakit pumasok yung immediate family. Are you looking at the travel exemption or visa talaga ito? Kasi kung parent ka, and Australian citizen ka or PR ka, gusto mong i-sponsor yung anak mo, pwede. Kung yung under child migration, right? Pero yung child visa na yon, there are different requirements as well, no? So first, dapat minor ka. Kung hindi ka naman minor, over 18 ka, at least you have to show your financial dependency on your parent, no? That could be up to 23 years old as long as you can show that financial dependency. In that way, yes, okay. Pero pag lumagpas na dun sa 18 years old, medyo mahirap na, but it's possible up to 23 years old. Pero pag over 23 na, the child will need to go through the process of skilled migration, yung point system, no? Yung kung ano man yung nominated occupation. Kaya nga hindi katakataka na yung iba nandito yung mga magulang nila, tapos may mga anak sila sa Philippines na hindi nila makuha based on relationship, no? But they need to actually put their children on student visa para maging qualified sila for skilled migration. The only thing that they can help their children is if they're living in the regional area, then they can add 15 points. Pag pwede nang mag-apply sa skilled migration yung anak nila, no? Or maybe in some other family visa, pwede rin, like for example, carer visa, kung yung mom and dad ay nangangailangan na ng carer, no? O kaya naman kung yung bata nagpunta rito, nag-aral, and then get a qualification. O kaya may qualification sa Philippines, under point system pa rin yun, under skilled migration pa rin yun. Unfortunately, yung mismong blood relationship lang, hindi yun guarantee na pwede nang makapasok just because of that. Okay, so teka, marami yata tayong tanong. Nasaan ba tayo? Okay, Remy, what about student visa with a relative to sponsor? Is it possible for them to get here and possible to get a permanent visa? Possibility is always possibility. Now, anywhere you are, there's always a possibility. But, dun sa tanong na yun, masyadong malawak yung tanong na yun. Yes, ang una, what about student visa kung may relative to sponsor? Yes, that's okay, that's fine. Especially in the Philippines, hindi masyadong mataas yung ating financial evidence requirement. And possible ba na makakuha ng PR? Yes, possible provided that you get the correct course. Okay? Wag yung basta-basta at wag yung mga no English, no financial evidence at yung napakadaling pasukan ng mga kurso. Kasi kung gagamitin mo yung course mo to be able to achieve your PR, you have to get the correct course and the course that will lead you to an occupation that is on the list and open for migration and permanent residency. That's why it's important that before you decide for student visa, you have to talk to me or you have to make an appointment or talk to a registered migration agent so that you are given a good migration plan or at least a blueprint on what you do. Huwag kayong mag-student visa saka kayo magtatanong kung anong nangyari kasi most of the time, may problema na yon. Okay? And then too late na, gumastos na kayo and nasayang na yung panahon. Okay, so where else? Gina Apatan. Oh, galing from Adelaide, Australia. Hi Gina. Kumusta ang mga taga-Adelaide? Next, Remy, can the sponsor apply? Okay, can the sponsor apply? Yeah, a sponsor can apply depending on the type of visa. For 482, there's a sponsor. You need to apply to be a sponsor. So all sponsors need to be assessed by the department in order to be eligible to sponsor. Okay? Conseta Nico, watching from Antique, Philippines. Hi, good evening. Thank you for the hearts. Laila Pantelian, ma'am, kung nag-grant na ang child visa offshore, need pa po ba ng parent ng sumundo o pwedeng grandparent na tourist visa holder na lang ang companion nila to travel? Yes, pwedeng ang grandparent ang maging companion nila. Actually, that's being allowed by the immigration under the travel exemption. Pero isa lang sa bawat isang merong approval. No, isa lang, hindi pwedeng dalawa. Oo. O kaya kung dalaway nga, no, pwede isa sa isa. Pag-isa sila. Yeah, that is okay. But mind you that if they're coming from the Philippines and they're traveling without their parents, they need the DSWD travel clearance, huh? Okay, so just make sure that you have all those paperworks. Good evening, ma'am. Hi, Olive. Kamusta kayo? Let's go. G. Escobar. Good afternoon po. If may Australian payroll consultant experience po for 10 years na, anong possible visa na pwede applyan? Thank you po and more power sa inyo. Ang trabaho ay Australian payroll consultant. Is that the occupation? If the occupation is Australian payroll consultant, wala po sa listahan yon for what visa? Kung skilled migration, it's probably a problem. Maybe 482 kung merong concession na pwede yon. But pwede siguro yan under being an accountant. Paano lang ng kaunti, pakilinaw kasi yung payroll consultant, wala yon. So, pero kung sa accountant, yeah, I think so, yeah. You can. Charlie Behenyo. Hi, attorney, pwede po ba ang dental technician under labor agreement? 14 years experience, currently living in the Middle East. Thank you. Dental technician, I think I will have to check dental technician because dental technician used to be open under skilled migration, but it was taken off the list. Now, I would like to find out if it's still on the list for under 482. Okay, just give me a minute and I will try to look into that. Let's see. So dental technician. I'm thinking it's yes, but I wanted to make sure, just to make sure that what we're doing here is correct. So you're from the Middle East. Technician. Okay, so it's classified under okay. Yeah. Now, dental technician is open under short term, under 482 and subclass 482 DAMA. Alright? So, kung ito ay pwede sa 482, it's and under short term lang, that is a problem. Kasi nasa STSOL siya, no? Pag nasa STSOL, usually walang 186, yung walang PR pathway. So, pwede lang siya ng short term, OFW. Ganoon na. Walang PR unless you go another pathway. Like, for example, pwede kang mag-shift ng family visa, or in the background, if you can do the 491 under skilled migration or 190 under state nomination coming from 482, pwede. Doon mo makukuha yung PR mo. But 482 just itself under DAMA or the 482 TSS regular, you can't do 186 under that. You have to segue ka ng kaunti habang nagpo-482 ka. Okay? And if you need more information about that, get a consultation with me and I should be able to explain it in more detail. Okay? Okay. What about nursing? Remy, ano talaga ang gusto mo? Mukhang marami kang tanong, Remy. Kailangan ko ng assistant dito, Remy. Mukhang I like your questions. Intuitive. Okay, what about nursing? Nursing is a yes, 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 as long as the qualification is recognized by Australia. When I say recognized by Australia, kung galing po kayo sa Philippines, that qualification is not recognized here. Pero magandang jumping point in order for you to become a registered nurse. Now, to be a registered nurse, you have to do either OBA or study in Australia ng Bachelor of Nursing. Okay? If you need any help with that, just contact us and we will be happy to help. Okay. Teka, Jerry Rosales. Hello, Jerry. Kumusta si Dayan? Kung nakikinig ka rin ngayon, ha? Okay, so, hello po, ma'am. God bless. From Olive. Hello, Olive. And si Remy ulit. Remy, magbigay ka naman sa iba ng space. Biro lang. Okay, Remy. Thank you. But can you tell me if I can apply for him to come or does he need to get an agent in the Philippines to help? No, you have to get me, Remy. so you get the full and complete information. Okay? If you're going to get an agent in the Philippines, just make sure na siya ay registered migration agent, okay, and licensed. But if not, we do service people all over the world, Philippines, Middle East, Taiwan, Malaysia, and all over, as long as na Filipino, because we specialize with Filipino applicants. Okay, so Ruby Graham. Hi, good evening. So, okay, overtime na pala tayo. Carl, hindi mo ako tinimingan. Okay, last 2 minutes. Mag-close tayo ng 6:40. Ruby Graham. Teka, napabilis. Oo. Hi, good evening po. My nephew is computer programmer po. Nasa list po ba ito ng occupation na need sa Australia? Siguro, Carl, next time ikaw magsi-search dito. Computer programmer. Alam ko meron ang computer programmer, but it has to be really specific po. Ano bang specialization ng computer programmer? Is it a computer system engineer or something? But the computer programmer itself, the whole and big area of it, that will probably not work. Okay? From Remy again, the agent already asked, is that 20,000 or 200,000 pesos for student visa to start? Okay. Remy, I cannot comment on that, but just make sure that you're dealing with a registered migration agent, okay? And they can explain to you the pathway for migration and permanent residency. If your purpose of coming over to Australia is to achieve the PR. Pero kung student lang, study lang, yeah, you can do it that way. Remy, you are confused. Yeah, I can see that you are confused. Okay, so again, book an appointment with me and I can explain it to you, whatever questions you have, and we can be very specific with the issue that you want to bring to the table. Okay, so ma'am, how about po system engineer? System engineer, yes, but again, when it comes to engineering and when it comes to computer, there must be a specialization. Hindi po pwedeng yung generic lang. Okay? Sabrina Madriaga, good morning po. Good evening sa amin, Sabrina. Siguro good morning sa inyo. Sabi niya nga, nasa UK siya. Ano po ang pinakamagandang visa na may PR pathway sa nurses po? Galing po ng UK with 5 years experience po. Kung license ka na sa UK, I think your license will be recognized here. You can go under 482, employer sponsorship. Maraming mga companies willing to sponsor yung mga UK nurses na under 482. Oo. Okay, so, hi, mechanical engineer pero 47 years old na. Pwede pa rin po bang mag-apply? Unfortunately, cut-off is 45 years old. And then I will surely need your help from Remy. Yeah, I think so, Remy. You will be in good hands when you come to me or when you come to us. Ma'am Teresa, guys, she's the best agent if you're looking for an agent, ma'am. Tested ko na siya. I thank you, Olive, for a very good recommendation. Maraming salamat. Okay, so I think that's it. I'm hoping that I have answered all questions. Now, next week, what are we going to do next week? We'll see you next week from 6 o'clock to 6:30. I think we will be doing the partner visa again or a tourist visa. So, kasi marami na rin gustong pumasok under tourist visa ngayon. So, I will explain the genuine temporary entrant for tourist visa. Okay, that will be for next year at sino-sino yung pwedeng mag-apply ng tourist visa. Okay, so I'll see you next week, 6 to 6:30. Visa mo, sagot ko, hatid po sa inyo ng AUSPAC VISA. Kung kailangan niyo po ng tulong for Australian visa migration, contact us, book for an appointment, and I will see you in the meeting. Okay? So maraming salamat po. See you next time. See you next week. Bye! Kalba ka niya.